Continuing on with our personal budget example, let's see what else we need to do here. All right, so what we need to do is fill in the rest of this spreadsheet. Right? So the thing that we have to do first, probably, or the thing that makes probably the most sense, I think, is to look at this change from last year's monthly to this year's average monthly, right? So to do that, all we have to do is do equal this year's minus last year's, right? So it went up by 50 bucks. Rent went up by 50 bucks, right? So now we can Control C, we can paste formulas and number formats, right? Everything went up. Some stayed the same, but everything else went up so far. So that means we're spending more this year on average monthly than we were last year. Not necessarily a good thing, unless we had a more expensive, if we had higher income coming in. So that's one thing. The next thing that we want to do is probably look at down here in column or row 18 is we want to be able to see what the savings are. So the savings, we budgeted, all right, we have a net income of $2,500 and we budgeted a total expense of $2,365. So in theory, we've created a budget where we're saving $135 each month that we can put towards future other stuff, right? Just to keep a savings for a cushion. In reality, we actually spent more, right, than what we brought in for net income. So we didn't save, we actually have a deficit now, right? So we want to do that across the entire way, right? So if I do actually, you know what that did? I'm going to come back. If I do Control C here and Control V here, I didn't notice before, but it took that bold line there. I don't like that, right? So I want to get rid of that. Instead, I want to do Control Alt V, formulas and number formats. So now if I copy and paste, that should be fine. So I'm going to should go all the way across. Notice if I come over here to July and do it, it's saying that, oh, we actually saved $2,500 that month. Well, no, we don't want to do that, right? So we don't want it to go past June because we don't have those values in there yet. Right. All right, so then let's do we want to find the highest amount of monthly savings that we have across those 6 months, right? I'll do it across the 12 actually, but we can do it here too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up to D15. That's where we had the average across non-contiguous, right? So this should, if I did it right, if I set the budget up right, I'm going to copy that and I'm going to paste in here. But if I do that, it gets rid of my formatting, right? So I don't want that. So I want to do Control Alt V. Let's just try values. No, let's do formulas and see what that does. And it didn't do the nice formatting, right? So let me do Control Alt V, formulas and number formats. Click OK. So that's doing the average savings across. I don't want that. I want max. So what I'm going to do, I just double click in it and select the word average, get rid of it, and do max. So the most I've saved across those 12 months, only 6 really, is $255. Right? I'm also interested in the minimum, the lowest, right? So I could do the same thing. I could copy from up here and put it down here. There's also another thing you can do. If you have the formula that you want directly above, notice what I don't want to do is this, because it brought it down a row. So that's not what I want to do. I don't want to do that and then change that to a min, right? That's not good. It's not pointing to the right cells. So instead, you could do this a couple different ways, but when I have it directly above me, if I hit Control apostrophe, the key right next to your enter key, it brings that formula above down below for me. Right? This only works if it's directly above. And then instead of max, I just change that to a min. And the most I've overspent was $270 so far out of those 6 months. Right? Right. There, March is where I saved the most. The next month I spent the most, right? So if I wanted to figure out where those were. All right, we're almost done. We'll finish it up in the next one, I think.